Good morning to you and anybody else if you're watching with a friend, family member in the room. What's up? Hopefully you find this enjoying English. That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, welcome to another edition of X Feed. My name is The Schiller. We go over everything Web3 NFT related. We got about maybe 25 different stories that we're going to go over, but kicking things off, just checking the headlines. You type in NFT, go to the news search. What does it pop up? Donald Trump completely in the news for NFTs, saying he holds over $1 million in Ether. Although also receives NFT licensing fees, and that's just kind of the same headline like 6 times over for whatever reason. Raked in over 7 million from NFTs, new disclosure shows. Kind of insane that just for that, the headline is entirely that. Web3 through the looking glass, AI lessons from the Web3 boom. MasterCard with an article inside the making of self-custody Web3 card for a Web2 world. And introducing Gala Chain, which is for Gala Games, I'm going to guess. I thought this was something that has been worked on for a while. What the hell is going on? Gala Chain is a layer 1 blockchain built for entertainment but ready for anything. Created by Gala Games to power its growing entertainment ecosystem, Gala Chain is built on Hyperledger Fabric and powered by a network of founder nodes. Gala Chain is layer 1 blockchain by Gala, built for the robust foundation. Token serves as the foundational utility. They charge so much for the NFTs, it feels like it's almost completely irrelevant. Following the successful implementation of Gala Chain for Gala's core entertainment brands, a public available SDK and creators token to open early. Okay, so I guess this is just like an article re-highlighting this because I don't think this is necessarily news at all. So the entire space right now in terms of news is absolutely cooked. That said, I have no idea what exactly happened with this, but Pudgy put out this post saying, if you're building or working on a project, an artist, creating products, merchandise, hosting events and experiences, growing a community, we are keen to feature you on Pugy Asia channels. Amplify your efforts with the wider Penguin audience to do your part as the community, blah, blah, blah. Like, totally normal post, right? Nothing really that crazy about it, but there was this entire breakdown from this JT person saying Pudgy Penguins is a well-respected IP ever since Luca Nets has bought over the company. But hey, Luca Nets, what is happening? I am one that don't partake in drama, but what is going on with this? Foxy Penguin Ape, whom is head of business Asia of Pudgy Penguin, is not recognized. This is the thing that doesn't really make sense. Like, are they just mad of the aspect of like their ape not being put, or sorry, not their ape, their penguin not being highlighted within the section of other people? They're just asking for people to submit if they want to get highlighted. I don't really get what's wrong with that. I sincerely believe that Foxy Penguin Ape has propped up the whole Pudgy Penguin ecosystem, holy smokes, ever since she joined. She even brought in the IP of Old Master Q, one of the biggest childhood IPs of many. I generally think that not recognizing her is a misstep. And on the 15th of January, they're highlighting a post from back in the day. So again, I don't know. I guess there's drama going on within the Pudgy Asia community, not getting recognized by the official account. Not exactly sure what's going on. But with that said, I saw another post that was talking about how the whole deal with Pugy in Malaysia is massive. They're doing Pudgy inflatables, Pudgy mascots, claw machine toys giveaway, 750 people. And apparently there's an association with the government, and they have licensed financial players, which is kind of the notion we go over all the time about the regulatory clarity. And there's like a video attached with this, but I guess this was just like an event. So I don't really understand how there's a video re-highlighting something where other people are complaining that a certain community member isn't getting recognition, when like 9 times out of 10, most people are just like looking at the space being like, we'll kind of see what's going on. This is cool. It's like, what exactly is going on? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? MetaStreet, NFTs aren't dead. They're dynamic communities securing airdrops and attracting new users. Again, NFTs, apparently it's all about the yield. Our latest upgrade, Airdrop Pass, unlocks NFT value through tokenized yield, so users can trade future airdrop yields, buy discounted NFTs, and more. Trade future airdrop yields. I feel like we've seen this before with the whales market and other things, and I don't know how exactly well, it's gone as an example. And so when I went over to their airdrop pass to try to figure this out a little bit more, when you go into Pudgy Penguins and you explore, they have 3 different options in here. So they have an airdrop pass where you leverage your exposure at a cost to future Pudgy Penguins airdrops by buying the airdrop pass. The value of the airdrop pass and maturity will equal the value of all unclaimed airdrops. There's a discount pass, so forego airdrops yield and points by purchasing a Pudgy Penguins at a fixed discount or implied fixed yield. Each discount pass is redeemable for 1 Pudgy Penguins at expiration. And so you can see that these things expire in 2025, but the question being, well, how exactly are these guys offering a pass if you don't know what kind of airdrop yield it's going to have? So is it guaranteed that all of Pudgy Penguins are about to get more airdrops? Are more people getting given to it? How does this exactly exist? The leverage play, it's getting bigger and bigger within the space. Interesting to see it flush out. Cat McDonald highlighting the Futureverse company Immersive and how they're now working with Zoom Wallet. Well, I guess it's Zom now. We're excited to be working closely with Immersive to bring a self-custodial on-chain MasterCard experience to life. Again, just traditional things jumping on chain. We love to see it. Doodles just passed 20,000 mints on the Adidas original packs. I've been kind of clamoring this over the past little bit, where I really and truly think that we are beyond the age of your very limited NFTs, and everything now is just for mass adoption. 20,000 of these packs being sold. That's a prime example of what I'm getting at here. Breaking: Vivi's chief technology officer quits, blames company for structural issues. Common trend that we're seeing kind of throughout the space lately, where there's a guy that left the Shrapnel, like the parent company of Shrapnel. Yesterday, we're seeing Jeff Nicholas from Yuga bail after some questionable things that have happened as well. It's just, I don't know. It feels weird. Says Vivi's community is its strongest asset, which is, everybody usually says that. Says Dr. Profit is the only person I've met with a clear vision for Omi. About Vivi, there are some important jobs to be done to realize its true potential. I remember before, and I'm very uneducated on Vivi to be totally honest with you, but Omi, the narrative around it was, oh, this is going to be the next Disney coin. This is going to be great. All sorts of utility, yada, yada, yada. And I don't really know if it went anywhere for it. Nestor Sanchez, Vivi CTO, has left the company while indicating that structural issues are the reason for its unrealized potential. On a Twitter post announcing his departure, he says, unfortunately, a lot of potential has also gone unrealized due to structural issues. The opportunity at hand for the company remains intact, but there are some important jobs to be done to realize its true potential. He also responded to several comments on the post. Particularly, he said that Dr. Profit, who is a top collector on the Vivi platform, is the only person I have met with a clear vision for Omi, which is weird because that would be a community member. The app has been bogged down by technical issues since its inception, and the person responsible for overseeing technical aspects of the apps is presumably its CTO. What remains unknown is if Nestor was hindered by the company's leadership or if other limitations were the problem. We never know the exact reason Nestor has left the company, but it doesn't seem like he left on good terms. It's every single day we got some crazy headlines from some important people, and we keep going down the list. Ember Sword, guys, they're leaving Immutable. What happens when you take a high-quality, accessible MMORPG and partner with the state-of-the-art Ethereum Layer 2 featuring an EVM-compatible execution environment? Well, we're not talking about IMX. Big news. Ember Sword is making a monumental move, forming a power alliance with OX Mantle. And they got more info on that. A lot of people going out saying, all right, what the hell? The comments of the previous post, people were absolutely shredding it. Sinks saying, personally, I don't like the move and I don't see a reason why. They moved from a gamer's chain to a chain that nobody knows and offers the same features. The only reason could be money. Yes, we've seen a lot of collections decide that they were going to pack up shop, move elsewhere. The gods we've had that happen to. There was another collection the other day that we mentioned on Xfeed. Trying to go deep in my brain, and I can't think of what it was, but if you watch the show every day, absolutely love you. Thank you so much for doing it. So you might remember, but we're seeing moves, and it's just like, what is safe? Is it even worth these chains saying, hey, we're going to highlight these games, and then they just go elsewhere? And so it's just, I mean, I have no idea. Bored Ape went for $180,000. This does not look anything necessarily special. Thought kind of crazy that we're seeing these bigger sales. The Eth Floor, again, up like 3 ETH compared to a couple days ago. Not sure. The whole market seems like it's starting to catch a bid again after being down for quite some time. So not sure, again, what exactly to think of that aspect. Tokyo Beast, introducing prominent investors and supporters. So Whale.Mocha, Dingaling, Von Doom, Josh Ong. You might recognize some of these other people. The last time we had a whole bunch of like supporters or people highlighting something was back when we had Magic Eden, actually, when there was all those ambassadors that were announced. Haven't really seen a bigger push per se in quite some time. So Tokyo Beast, which I haven't heard of before, to be totally honest, 250,000 followers, a crypto entertainment centered on Web3 games. You go check out their site. The opening graphic looked really, really cool when I jumped into it, but then you see this Tokyo Games token, the first Japanese AAA token. The Tokyo Games token will change the existing concepts of Web3. Again, a lot of hyperbole always being said and referenced over things. Give me 2 seconds, just taking a call. And I mean, I don't really know. We see these things. It's exciting. It's cool. 250,000 followers. I've never heard of it before, but it's got all these backings of other people that I have heard. So interesting. Star Lordy, the CEO of Oniforce, saying, if you ever wanted to know what the first true Web3 comic book Grail looks like, look no further. This, guys, what is with the hyperbole? There's been other comic books that are out there. I still think one of the funniest things in the entire space was Pixel Vault launched a comic. Lazy Lions launched a comic, and they used the exact same name on the title. I forget of what the name of it was, but it was the third one, and it was legitimately the exact same. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Punk's Comic 3. Hopefully this pops up super quickly, and we can go. A Glitch in Time. That's what it was. So there was Lazy Lions. Glitch in Time. If we can bring this up. Yeah. So this is still one of the funniest things ever. So Lazy Lions, which is another prominent Web3 collection that was out there, launched a comic called A Glitch in Time. And at the same time, Pixel Vault, another prominent one, had that was called A Glitch in Time. Still one of the wildest things. So we've had other things. Obviously, Punk's comic way back in the day. Forgotten Runes is doing a comic. Everybody's doing a comic. So saying like this is the first true Web3 comic book Grail, I don't know if this is ignorance, arrogance. It's just, that's a tough look, brother. And this one is special because 77 community members cooked this dream up. Okay, that's cool. But again, we've had other kind of community initiatives helping with different things, so it's not new per se. This is part of Web3 history, you guys. And if you buy it today, your receipt will say it's on our anniversary. Proof of OG Oni Hunter X and the pre-sales live. So again, that's cool that they're doing a comic, not to take away from that whatsoever, but the selling wordage, the narratives around it, I don't know. We got to question a couple of things. Mike Dudas, I remember a huge rush of friends and acquaintances into crypto in the 2017, 2018 era with ICOs and the 2020-21 era with DeFi Summer, NFTs, Web3, DAOs, etc. Have not seen anything close to that in 2024, despite the social meme coin and gaming meta. Now, I mean, I feel like the gaming meta has been pretty much exclusively on Ronin. I think the meme coin aspect is cool, but again, I don't know anybody that's really gotten to the space whatsoever over the past year. Maybe I'm anti-social, but or people are maybe a little bit nervous to talk about it from their personal interest within their lives. But I don't really think we've had a big catalyst within the space. And interesting that you're saying most new users outside the USA, maybe there is some fear specifically within NA about all that stuff. Sandbox announcing their partnership with Napoli. The legendary Italian football club is bringing the heat to our metaverse with their first ever pop-up store. Now, they've had Manchester City. They've had a whole bunch of other sporting partnerships out there. Cool to see that Sandbox is still doing that. Still don't see it regularly on the timeline at all, which you would think with all these massive partners and whatnot, does it even matter? Or are these things cool and sounding and they want to be a part of a metaverse, but there's not actually that much more to it? So dive into 4 user-generated content experiences, win match tickets to see at Napoli live, score exclusive signed merch, and much more. And basically the Napoli socials copied the exact same text and just threw it up there. So nothing too much on that. Now, taking you way back to 2022, way back. Other deeds, we're going for 4.19 ETH. Decentraland was going for 1.92 ETH, and the Sandbox was going for 1.44 ETH. Absolutely absurd. Trying to remember, I don't even, like, for the other deeds, they came out, were they actually that high at inception where they were going for 4.19 each? That seems insane and inaccurate. To be honest, that feels super inaccurate. Sandbox and Decentraland, okay, maybe, but if it was actually that high, we were insane not to absolutely sell all of that immediately at the time, to be totally honest, because that is crazy. The Sotheby's auction that we highlighted yesterday, we didn't actually go through what they were offering, so let's take a little bit of a look. Tyler Hobbs of Fidenza, I think it's going to go for about 80,000 US. Starting bid at 60,000. There's a CryptoPunk on here going for 70,000. Again, these auction houses, like, I kind of get to a point where it's like, hey, these are more mainstream. There's people that want to go through specifically auction houses, rich individuals, but it's also like, just self-custody, buy it, have a good time. Do you need to go through an auction house? What's the point? So another Fidenza, another thing from Tyler Hobbs, Snowfro Squiggle. They think that it's going to go for $10,000+. We got a ringer on here, more CryptoPunk, Snowfro. Yeah, it seems like just like a lot of art, I mean, the CryptoPunks is the only kind of bigger digital 10K collection generative. Everything else, well, I mean, I guess Snowfro Squiggles and whatnot is generative as well, but you know what I mean? A little bit different on the way those are done, but we'll see what those bring in terms of value. Does that spurn some headlines? Does that make people care? We'll see. Wax. Do you guys remember Wax? Way back in the day, these guys got partnered with MLB. They launched some packs, and then I have no idea what the hell happened to the partnership. I feel like I just don't see Wax on the timeline too much, but they were highlighting that, yeah, you can make meme coins on Wax using nifty blocks or launch bags. Okay, listen, what the hell are these meme coins and the attempt at doing something? My guy shows up day in and day out. Yo, Atari, good morning, good afternoon. What a time, man. Man, it's wild to think we sit here, right? And we're talking about all these digital things and these meme coins and everything else. And when you really think about it, it does feel like a simulation. Imagine 10 years ago, I said, yeah, we're gonna be sitting here and there's gonna be Whiff Hat. Yeah. There's a digital coin that's out there. It's called Whiff, to stand for Dog Whiff Hat, and it's gonna be going for a ton of money, and if you bought like $10 of it, you'd be a millionaire at a certain point. Like, ow, absolutely insane is that. Yo, Crypto Jack, #fluff. True. Do you guys know that Funko Pops are in Web3? I did not know that Funko Pops were in Web3. Apparently, they are with Drop.io, an exclusive digital collectibles marketplace for pop culture fans. This is something I haven't heard of. Their digital implementation of it is not actually bad. I'm not like a huge fan of Funko Pops, but their way of basically capturing exactly what the toy looks like in person digitally, I think is awesome and really, really well done. For this dip, we got like 15 other people to follow it, 13,000 followers in general. Get ready to celebrate. That's funny. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are back as digital pop to commemorate their 40th anniversary. To celebrate this milestone and the TMNT Series 1 collection that kicked off the digital pop program. This collection will 2 grails, yada, yada, yada. And that's happening on the 27th. So almost feels somewhat like Crypt Toys, if you're familiar with that collection at all. But again, we're seeing more and more bigger brands coming in, seemingly using different platforms as well. And it feels like for almost everything that's out there right now, it's just going to turn into a launch platform of some sorts. I also think like you have to be absolutely insane to come into Web3 at this point. And one of the reasons we don't see too much of new NFTs that are like your 2021s, right? With like the fresh IP of the idea of Bored Apes, of Cool Cats, of Doodles, of Izuki. All of those things were kind of original and unique in their own way. Obviously, we can say, all right, well, they're 10K generative PFPs of certain things. Right. But nowadays, it's like, okay, how much are you going to have to provide beyond just the aspect of some kind of community You have a profile picture, you can offer staking, a token. Do you actually have anything more? Are they going to be able to sell out? If you're a major brand, how are you coming into the space to not look like a bag of dirt? Think of all of the collections that did something back in the day, right? So Budweiser, we had Pepsi, a lot of other ones that came into the space, felt like, okay, like they were cool, got some buzz, and then now they're gone. Are they going to come back? Probably. Are they going to do anything for those other collections? We have no idea. But if you're thinking, hey, we really like what's going on with the blockchain space, but there's so much technologically we're going to have to do. There's so much in terms of PR that we're going to have to do. And the best way, I think, to do that in 2024 is going through these established companies in some sort of way, because not only do you potentially get to acquire a little bit of a user base to kick things off and bootstrap, because your traditional fans might not be familiar with the Web3 rails, but they've got everything figured out, and you can probably do it way, way quicker. But that's going to be it for this edition of XFeed. Kind of a quicker one today, as per usual. Stuff's happening. It's not like insane. I feel we've had a lot of kind of highlights of, yes, we're going to be launching. These are going to be cool. Illuvium came out, and I genuinely thought both for Illuvium and Guild of Guardians, we were going to see a sweep across the, I guess, timeline and on socials regarding all these games, but I feel like it's been very, very secluded to whoever the hell was interested in the game, NFTs, etc., before it launched. And then afterwards, we're kind of like, okay, that's cool. But at the same time, we're having a lot of people also highlighting that there's problems to things, right? And for Illuvium, and again, just what we saw the other week, where there was some issues with being able to actually pay without having to use a wallet and some other kind of minor things that you think would be kind of flushed out before it got to those mainstream stages. And then it was like, all right, well, that was the global launch. And then we have kind of the foundational area. So now are they going to do like a huge marketing push? What does all of this look like is the question, and I guess we don't really know. We're just waiting here to see. But of course, the speculation all comes back when we have, one or two games really start taking off. But again, enough yapping out of me. Crypto Jack, Atari, appreciate you guys coming through, and anybody watching on the VODs, you guys are the best. If you've